so.
It has been presumed that PMA was patterned after the famous United States Military Academy, USMA, or more commonly known as West Point. May it be so. The history of PMA is rooted and historically not rooted exactly from West Point. However, USMA has undeniably influenced most of the transformation of the premier military academy of the Philippines. From its system, organization, and most obviously on its uniforms. The famous and iconic PMA Cadet Uniform, which is the Shaw Co. full dress coat, white pants, sword and sash, chevrons, and even other corps uniforms were historically patterned from it. After the long history of the Academy's cadet uniform, PMA continues to fully maintain the imprints of West Point upon our martial culture. The full-dress uniform used by the United States Military Academy was adopted to honor Winfield Scott's victory over the British in the Battle of Chippewa in July 1814. A design was instituted after the reactivation of the PMA in 1946 with the adoption of a more indigenously inspired cadet full-dress coat. This, however, lasted only for a decade, after which it was reverted to the pre-war design lifted from the West Point uniforms minus the swallow-like tail. It is well that we consider the thoughts of the first users of the uniforms and regret having failed to vigorously push for the adoption of a more nationalistic design of the cadet uniform during their time. The revolutionary rayadillo is a material that has a significant impact on our history. It would be a good start if we consider adoption thereof into our military academy using the pre-war dress coat with the 8 buttons as its design. While it is maybe less attractive than the woolen gray dress coat, it could be a cooler uniform for plebe details during summer instead of the woolen material. It has been observed that units and military institutions that have largely adopted parts of the cadet uniform include the Maritime Academy of Asia and the Pacific MAP, a number of Reserve Officer Training Corps ROTC, or Citizens Military Training CMT, units, and the ceremonial units of the major services throughout the country. Trivia. The Philippine National Police Academy (PNPA) has literally adopted every conceivable system at the PMA, from uniform to administration and operations, culture and traditions, facilities, and other intangibles. Established in the early 1980s, the first PNPA cadets were ironically trained into the rudiments of cadetship using ex-yearlings and cows separated from the academy for alleged maltreatment resulting in the death of a plebe. For over 2 decades of its existence, the police academy has been headed predominantly by PMA graduates who had the general propensity to espouse or instill the PMA system into the police cadet training. Except for the cadet curriculum and some minor dissimilarities, it is perhaps the only police academy in the world that adopts a system and an aura patterned after that of West Point's and operated along with militarized scheme. Through a common tailor of PMA and the PNPA, the dress, drill, and miscellaneous uniforms of PNPA cadets were aped almost accurately from that of PMA, varying only in the color, texture, and type of material of use.